Well, good, what is it, Tuesday afternoon. Hope you've had a good day so far. Kind of a busy day for me, but all in all, decent day. Up on Capitol Hill today, the kabuki continues. For the second day in a row, Republicans voted right along party lines not to begin debating the financial reform bill. They didn't vote it down. They didn't vote not to pass it. They voted not to discuss it, not to debate it. Second day in a row. And they vow that they're going to continue to do this. Why? Well, you know, they say this bill's not right, it needs to be fixed. Okay, sounds fair, except that they're not voting on the bill. They're voting on debating the bill. The reason they're doing this is because they want to see if they can pressure Democrats somehow to take it all behind closed doors, where they can then try to change in committee meetings the bill so that it'll benefit big business again and take away some of the reforms that have been planned. They can't do this if they allow the debate, because at that point, once they get the debate, then all the debate time goes through and it doesn't require as many votes to pass. You see, they require 60 votes to start the debate, but obviously it only needs a majority to pass. So, by saying they don't want to start the debate, they hold off at passing. And again, there's a number of reasons. One, they want to take it behind closed doors and weaken the bill. Because, let's face it, Republicans are pretty tight with those bankers. Another reason is very simply, they don't want Democrats to have this as a win. Democrats got their health care bill through. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to go after financial reform, which has been a Republican deal. Oh, you know, those Democrats, they're just tax and spend. Democrats are saying, hey, we need to get control of what these people are doing with taxpayers' money and what they're doing to taxpayers in general. That's the Republicans' bailiwick. And now the Democrats have been able to, you know, grab it. I don't know why they think that stonewalling this is going to work for them, because in the end, the story that's going to come out is that the Republicans are simply stonewalling, that they are standing on Wall Street side, not Main Street side. It's pretty silly. Goldman Sachs getting grilled by lawmakers. And the funny thing is that they continue to be arrogant on the stand, like, what right does Congress have to ask them about what they do? I think that may be their undoing. We'll see about that. So, the kabuki up on the Hill continues. And that's really what it is. This is posturing. Republicans know that eventually they're going to lose this battle as well. They don't have the votes, and they can't make this wait out until January of next year. Meanwhile, they don't want to talk about immigration reform. Senator Lindsey Graham, there were two bills that he was working on in a bipartisan effort, and congratulations to everybody for trying that. Climate change bill and immigration. When the Democrats signaled that they were probably going to put immigration ahead of the climate change bill, Graham walked away. Said, you know what, I'm not going to work on either one of them then. Climate change should come first. Really? Arizona just passed a law violating our Fourth Amendment rights because of the problems with immigration. But here, a Republican is saying immigration should come second to climate change. Climate change is important. Make no mistake. But when you have states passing laws that are in contradiction to what is stated in the U.S. Constitution, because they don't feel that they are getting the support from the federal government, that probably takes precedent over climate change. But again, why would he do that? It's simple. Immigration reform has been a Republican issue. Now the Democrats want to move on it. So they're going to try to stonewall this one too. Again, that's going to be another issue which eventually the Republicans are going to lose. And what's going to happen is they're going to look bad because they're going to look like they're getting in the way of immigration reform. I don't know what these guys are thinking. I don't know, let's face it, everybody would like to think everybody's going to be bipartisan, that there's going to be some kind of bipartisan reform. Sorry, kids, it's not going to happen. What's going to have to happen here is, and we're seeing it more, Democrats are going to have to just go ahead and put through what they need to put through. If Republicans want to contribute to it, then they can choose to. But the fact of the matter is they're not contributing anything. They're simply saying no. No, we don't like what you're doing, we're going to stop you. No, we don't like what you're doing, we're going to stop you. Except that they can't. They don't have the votes to stop them. So instead, they're just going to say no, no, no. Well, here's the real problem with that on a strategic front. Their tactically, they're just saying, no, we're going to show we're stopping them. Strategically, it's going to fail. Why? Because the stuff that's being passed, even healthcare, there's a lot of people that like it. Healthcare was the least popular and most difficult to pass when it comes to what the public has as a perception. Healthcare is a difficult topic, and yet it got passed. Do Republicans really think that immigration reform is not going to go through if they don't back it? That financial reform is not going to go through? The American public is screaming for these things. They're going to go through, and they're going to end up looking on the wrong side of it. So, if you want financial reform, you're going to need to get a hold of your Congress critter, especially if he's a Republican, and tell him, get it passed, get it done. It's time. It's going to happen. But some of these Republicans are going to need to be pushed until they realize it's going to be really bad for them if they don't get out of the way. That's my rant for the afternoon. Hope you guys had a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.